Two breaking stories just shook things up in Detroit and put the entire NFC North on notice. One of them marks the return of a player who was absolutely dominant before his injury. The other? A surprise name emerging from deep in the roster who might just become Dan Campbell's secret weapon. And when the coach himself sends out a warning to opponents, you better listen. What's about to happen on Detroit's defense could change everything, and it all starts with a beast stepping back onto the field. It's about to get real interesting in Detroit. The NFC North better strap in because the big fella is back. Alim McNeill is officially stepping back onto the field for the first time since shredding his ACL in 2024, and the timing couldn't be better. The Lions just cracked open McNeill's practice window ahead of Week 5's clash with the Bengals, and head coach Dan Campbell didn't even try to hide how fired up he is. In pure Dan fashion, he threw out this gem. "I'm sorry for some of those guys who have to line up across from him. That's not just coach speak, that's a warning shot to the rest of the league." Detroit's defensive line has already been putting folks in a blender this year. Aiden Hutchinson's been wreaking havoc, Al-Quadin Muhammad's making noise, and rookie Tyleik Williams is finding his stride. And now they're tossing McNeill back into the mix? Yeah, good luck with that. Before his injury, McNeill was cooking. 25 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 5 stuffs, 11 stuff yards, and a pass defended in 2024. He was a rock in the middle, anchoring that run defense and collapsing pockets like it was nothing. Bringing that kind of production back into an already surging unit? That's just unfair. Now the real fun begins with how Detroit wants to deploy all these weapons. The dream setup could be Hutchinson, Williams, Reeder, and McNeill up front. But with that much beef on the line, someone's getting bumped. Maybe Williams rotates behind McNeill to keep some balance between pass rush and run D. Or maybe they throw Muhammad into the fire for a little more juice off the edge. No wrong answers when your D-line is stacked. And don't forget about the linebacker crew. Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell, and the ever-disruptive Brian Branch could fill that edge gap with some creative schemes. It's chess, not checkers. The Lions aren't going to throw McNeill back into the fire full throttle just yet. They'll ease him in, make sure the knee's solid. But once he's rolling, man, this defense could shift into a whole new gear. With road games against the Chiefs and Bucs coming up, McNeill's return could be the X factor Detroit didn't even know it needed. Depth on the D-line isn't just a luxury, it's a weapon. And if Campbell's words hold up, the Lions might not just be contenders, they might be bullies. And if you thought that was big, the next update just dropped. And it might be even more surprising, coming from way under the radar. Looks like the Lions might have found themselves a hidden gem, and they didn't even have to go digging too deep. While most folks were keeping their eyes on the flashy names and draft picks, Detroit's been quietly cooking up something interesting with a dude named Lacy, a former Jaguars nose tackle who's now getting a shot to do a little edge dancing in the Motor City. After letting undrafted edge rushers like Keith Cooper and Nate Lynn walk post-training camp, the Lions turned to the waiver wire, and Lacy was part of that haul. Traditionally, he's been a big body in the middle, clogging up lanes at nose or 3 tech. But in Detroit, they're getting creative. Lacy got activated for just the second time this season against the Browns, and he made his reps count. He notched 3 pressures and a tackle in just 27 snaps. Not bad for a guy used to battling guards and centers, now stretching out wide and giving tackles something to think about. Dan Campbell noticed, too. "He plays hard," Campbell said, giving that classic football guy nod of approval. "He's got length, he sets edges, he plays stout, and when he gets an angle, he can collapse the pocket. That's what we need." Translation: Lacy's not just a plugger, he's got tools, and they're starting to shine. The Lions are now eyeing him for more reps at big end, which is basically that hybrid defensive end spot that demands size, power, and the ability to stuff the run while still bringing heat on passing downs. Lacy's got the frame and the motor, and now he's got an opportunity. This move also highlights something Detroit's been nailing lately: defensive line depth. They didn't throw crazy money at another edge guy because they believed in the versatility of the roster. Guys like Lacy stepping up just proves that point. With the Bengals coming to town, Lacy's getting another shot to show what he's got. If he keeps stacking performances like that Browns game, don't be surprised if he becomes a regular fixture in that defensive rotation. The Lions just might be cooking up yet another problem for offenses to deal with. And this one's been flying way under the radar. If McNeill picks up where he left off and Lacy keeps climbing, this Lions defense could become a nightmare. Credit to the coaching staff. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.